the zone, breaking it down from her comfy throne. Smart as hell with a side of flair, politics sass and a killer stare. Casey's lurking tail in the frame, chat's already playing their games. That target day, sharp and bold, hot takes drop while the chaos unfolds. Truth with bite, filth in the way, still showing up every streaming day. Brains and vibes, she leads the pack. Now buckle in, no looking back. That dark night, let's go!
Hello, I'm here. Real jam. I hope you were jamming there, Groovy Groove. Yeah, here we are. Buongiorno, everybody. We are reacting today, but also taking notes at the same time. So that's on the agenda. That's what we're doing. We're watching a video and we're checking out what we think about it. Interesting. Yeah, for people that are like, oh, that's not original content, bro. Have you seen me react? I react hard. Okay, I take notes. I pause too much. I don't even let the video run properly. Yeah, so let's see how long we take to get through this, like, what, 18-minute video. Hi, Kitty Chan. Bye, Kitty Chan. Bye, Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Bye, Kyle. Right. Let me just get my link up. Yeah. Listen, yeah, I am running late, but I'm here. Okay. So let's get the actual. I should have at least had the video open. It is today's video. We're going over, if you haven't seen the thumbnail, is a Metatron video. So a distant countryman of mine that will be going over his opinion on whether Charlie Kirk should be a martyr. I've been talking about Metatron's videos about this whole situation and streamers and everything, but I haven't actually gone over one of his videos. So this will be the first one, first of many, I think, because he's got some very well-researched, well-informed opinions. So it would behoove us to see what he says. All right. Maybe let them get a full sentence out. No, I have to comment on every single word. We're wearing the same color. Oh my God, twinning. It's a nice color, hey? Oh, I love blue. Dark blue, yeah. I mean, it's no purple, but... Hello there, fellow haters of needless political violence. I think that is a great what's the name, greeting to have on the internet today. It's a good way to start. Like, listen, I'm walking in here and I don't like needless political violence, but I guess what people could do is just twist that and go, well, okay, fine. The political violence I'm interested in is needed. So there you go. Thwarted. Guys, if you're wondering what I'm saying, because I don't think I say it very clearly. Thwarted, like thwarted my plans. Anyway, let's get this video up. Share. Charlie Kirk is a martyr. Okay, that's what we're going over. It is. There's children. There's children having a good old cry in the hallway, so it echoes beautifully. All right, so that's what we're going to be looking at. Let me get my Xmind up because I've got some stuff I want to talk about beforehand. Just a quick thing of what I know about martyrs. Okay, my Christian upbringing, my Catholic upbringing. Okay, so if you have forgotten, I was brought up Catholic, very, very Catholic. Hello, Italian family, very Catholic. My gran would, like many grandmothers, if you go and see some parody accounts that make fun of nonnas, they will have the grandmother that prays to Padre Pio. And so that's the kind. He's like this saint, and we pray to him. Whereas now we've gone. I say it as if we've gone together, but eventually, my family moved away from Catholicism and into more evangelical Bible Christianity, Protestant, I suppose. And now, yeah, that's what they do. They study the Bible. I left it. I wasn't interested in it for a very long time, but only this year, recently, I've gotten back into it. So yeah, that's what where I am. I am a Christian, but yeah, this idea of martyrdom has never been a huge deal for me beyond when it's mentioned in the Bible, as in people dying for their faith. So obviously we now use it in common parlance of somebody being persecuted. So this, I'm hoping, I haven't watched the video, I'm hoping he gives us a historical view of who is named martyr, what does it mean to be a martyr historically. I'm wondering, some of the questions I have is, has it always been a political thing? Because I mean, canonizing people as saints and things like that, that's, to me, that's always been a bit of a political thing. So let's see. Dying or suffering for your belief, yeah. So why are grannies praying to Pedro? It's Padre Pio. He's a padre, he's a father, he's a monk. Also check your Discord DMs and play this clip before you begin. I'm not too sure what's there, Forful. Also, Forful, I've been seeing you in V's comment section a lot. So a lot of the likes on your comments are from me. I mean, just one of them, but like, oh, that one, yes. That's in that video there we have watched. Look, it's the one that V starts his video off with. So we can start with this. That's fine. I'm sure you guys, the people that are here right now, were there when I reacted to this, when Shu added it to her video. But this is a lovely video, just a refresher. Let's do it. I'll show it to you. Thanks, Forful, for giving us the link. Also good to see you in a live. Okay, so we saw this one on Friday. Let's go over here. I'm gonna have to do stuff with my audio. Let's share. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I don't have to. Okay, here. Share this tab instead. We all good, boys and girls? Okay. Hear that, chat? She likes me. Yeah, I like your comments. You and Snake Dude for life. Lots of fun on the V's channel. Okay. So, but yeah, V started his video during work hours. Woo, naughty. Are you taking a crap and that's why you're here? Because you're on the loo and having a good old poo on the company dime. Okay, so here it is. This is the classic. I think she's got beautiful dimples, and it's a waste of dimples to have somebody this pretty being this horrific, this demonic. But you know what? Fine. At least she's not dancing. So there's that.
This whole goddamn thing is that he is not.
Like what? Sorry. This is what she's using her smile for? I love her smile. Why? Okay, anyway.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. It's just great.
It's just great. How's that going for you? How did that age? Look, she was trying to manifest that it was going to happen. Okay. She's like, if I say it is so, it shall be so. She's like Trump. Okay. She just thinks that she can just say stuff and people will be like, oh, this is true. It won't activate anyone. Like, cool. It didn't do anything. I find this clip to be uniquely aggravating. Okay, why do you think? Look, it's uniquely aggravating. It aggravates you on a unique level. I understand, but what about it is different? Like there's more demonic things, like people laughing about it. What is it about this particular clip that is just that extra bit of, ugh, you know? All women are demonic. I mean, yeah, I suppose. We feed off the rib. We become the rib. We are taken out of the man's body, and we're abominations. It's okay. This is just wrong. Even bad people can become martyrs, even for things they didn't believe in. So her logic is just wrong. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. One of the things that people point to when people are criticizing, this is now in the discourse online, when people criticize the idea of Charlie Kirk being a martyr, they're like, "Oh, this is disgusting. You're martyring a political speaker, or whatever. It's gross." And then it's like, "Oh, for your own political gains and everything." And people are like, "Oh, here," and they just send a picture of a George Floyd memorial, where George Floyd is there with angels and all this beautiful stuff. So that's yeah, it doesn't, you don't need to be martyr material, but either way, she's trying to just speak it into existence. He's not going to change anyone's life. Well, look, even if these people that have come out and said that they've looked into Christianity, they've opened their Bible, they've gone to church, or even if those people don't stick to Christianity, which will be sad, even if that doesn't really stick and they're just being performative, the point is he got more people to go to church and he got more people to read the Bible. Yes, as somebody who is not into Catholicism anymore, there is still something about the ritual of going to church and just praising God, all of that. For instance, actually, when I was confirmed in the Catholic Church, but there's a part where you're supposed to say that you believe in the one and only Catholic Church. And I did not say that. I said Christian. Anyway, the point is, going to church, opening your heart to Jesus, good idea, let's do that. So he actually did have an impact on people. And I hope that sticks. But the point is, they even tried. That these people wouldn't have beforehand. So yeah, he activated people in that way. And yes, I'm sure we can agree that he's activated a lot of people politically on both sides. He's made people angry on both sides by dying, by being killed. People got angry in vengeance for him. And on the left, it's like getting angry at him for just existing and having the trouble of him being shot. Social media has fried people's brains. Hello, he didn't affect me in that way, to be fair. Well, that's okay. That's not like it needs to be everybody. And I think a lot of the time it's people that already did believe in God but weren't practicing it. They weren't talking about it. These are things that I want to talk about when I talk about the memorial. So I'm going to do a shorter video, no live stream, no chat interruptions or whatever, on the memorial of Charlie Kirk and what I experienced. I watched the whole thing. I obviously skipped through a bit of the songs because it was long. But yeah, I watched all the speeches, and there's some good to take from it, but there's also some bad. So yeah, well, I'll be doing a separate video on that. This is now just reacting to one idea that was very much spoken about in those speeches was the fact that he is a martyr. He is now a martyr. He was killed for his faith, is essentially it. A lot of I think there were multiple speeches that mentioned Timothy, the first martyr. I haven't gotten into that part. I'm still in the Old Testament, boys, in my chronological journey through the Bible. But yeah, dying for your faith is something that it's actually is an honor. It's part of not denying Jesus. Yeah. So anyway, let's go into what it actually is with somebody who has historical knowledge. Whoopsie. Why is it doing that? Let's go here. Well, I hope, at least my hope is that Metatron will be using that instead of just using rhetoric. So let's see. Yes, everybody is trying to leverage his death for all sorts of different goals. But a noble goal is to increase Christianity in the world. That's one statement that I like. To increase belief in God. And also to make Christians feel a little bit more unabashed about being Christian. That they can talk about it. They can talk about being a Christian, and they should not feel as if that now makes them. They should not let the opposition dictate when they talk about their faith, because one of the things that I notice is you talk about your faith and you're immediately thought of as a Christian right-wing nationalist. And I'm all for showing you're different to that kind of Christian. Anyway, I've been watching other channels claiming it was because of his religion, not his politics. Yes, that's the thing. The religion and the politics are together because it's very much so. It's very, hey, demons in these cats. Axel, I'm gonna call Padre Pio on you. Sorry, that's blasphemous. Sorry, Mom. Okay, so no, it's not really blasphemous because she's in a different space when it comes to saints. Anyway, so let's get into this, guys. I have mixed opinions on Metatron, some good, some bad. Let's see what he says for us. Yes, let's do. To be fair, there's a lot of things that he would have wanted them to take advantage of. Why be a martyr if no one does anything? That's true. That's one of my main discussion points on the the memorial is that actually they have this plausible deniability of this is what Charlie would have wanted, because he does want people unabashedly referring to Jesus. He does want people quoting scripture. He wants all of that. Then Trump's speech happened. But anyway, let's go. Demons in these cats. Cats are demons, kiddo. Never seen Metatron before. All these 1 million sub channels I never know existed. Dude, do yourself a favor. It's really great. Okay, here we go. Okay, that you see that shaking? That's Daisy running across the desk. Okay. He's doing that to be epic, to be like, I shall speak. Sorry, he didn't even say anything, and I have to react. But seriously, that's the thing he's spoken. He spoke about is he's going to be using his voice for this. Also, yeah, note the freedom T-shirts, which is what Charlie was wearing when he was assassinated. Very epic.
There is a big news, and I'm 100% in favor of it. Check this out. House Senate passed National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. Let's check it out. Days before a memorial service for Charlie Kirk, the U.S. Senate and House Representatives passed a National Day of Remembrance for the conservative influencer after he was killed on September 10th. Whoever wrote this, I appreciate that they didn't put far right. Did you see the articles that say that? Which happen to be the same articles that then they tell.
That's true. Point out good things. Point out when they're not saying far right. I actually saw when I was looking for pictures for the thumbnail, I saw a far right. Who was the far right conservative? Who was the far right activist? Charlie Kirk. That's what I saw as a headline. Do you make a lot of friends from talking about this subject? No, not really. No, I actually make a lot of enemies. Ralphie. But hey, still good. Good, you mustn't make friends. You must make enemies. I wouldn't even call them enemies. It's just people that disagree with me, people that don't like me. Like, okay, go off.
That he was assassinated by the far right because he was too moderate. Which one is it?
Yeah, that was that was the one in his previous video. I think when he was reacting to Shu's video. Ha! I reacted before you. Yeah, because he's a big time YouTuber and didn't have time to react to her thing. Anyway, yeah, he was saying, like, listen, this thing of him being far right versus not being far right enough, that kind of shows a bit of a logical inconsistency, but no, they're fine with it. It's just, look, there's far right and far right, so it still works. Sorry, Metatron, it still works.
Regardless, the Senate on Thursday unanimously approved a resolution making October the 14th, 2025, Kirk's birthday, a national day of remembrance for Charlie.
Which birth? October 14th. Okay.
Kirk, close quotes. I should have said open quotes before that, but would you expect professional YouTuber here? I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. You know, of course, I'm in favor of this. I think it's fantastic. And in fact, I have a few other suggestions for the Senate, which I will share with you in a second, so do watch until the end. But there are two things that really strike me when it comes to this. One is this adjective, unanimously. Unanimously. I'm a little confused by this word, unanimously. The problem is that, of course, I don't believe people just because they write something, so I've been checking it out. And what I see is that the Friday vote split Democrats. Now, of course, all Republicans were unanimously voting in favor of this.
Ooh.
That's what you would expect. But it seems like that the Friday vote split Democrats. 95 voted to approve the measure, which, I mean, credit where credit is due. But 58 voted in opposition, and 38 voted present. So basically, they didn't vote in favor of it, and 22 did not vote.
Okay, so hold up. Just considering this idea of the vote, far right and further right. There's no normal right, Ralphie. There's no right. There's no moderate right. There's no center right. No. There is. If you are not left, you are far right. You are Nazi. How many tiers of the right are there? I don't know. Ask the left. Okay, so the speaking of that, I've just came. I think it was. I don't know who. It might have been V's video that I came across somewhere. Anyway, the point is this one. I came across a news clip where Axel, leave your sister alone. Leave her alone. I don't understand you. Stop it. This is why we need to move to shorter videos without, yeah. Anyway, I would still have to edit this all out. Right. So it was a news person commentator. She said that she was very hurt because there was a lack of Axel. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I need to put him in timeout. Just hold on. I gotta deal with these demons.
Axel's on the counter, knocking down my cup. Daisy's on the sofa, she has had enough. He's swatting at her tail, pouncing with a grin. She's plotting all the ways to never let him in.
Oh, Axel, leave poor Daisy be. She just wants to nap in peace, you see.
You're a whiskered whirlwind, claws on the prowl. She rolls her eyes with a grumpy meow. He steals her treats, and he steals her chair. Follows around with that mischievous stare. She leaps up high, just to get away. He's already planning his next big play.
Oh,
Okay, I didn't catch him. I wasn't able to put him in the lockdown. So he's been given some pellets, some dry food, because that might be what he's trying to do. He acts out in order to get food. So I've succumbed to him. I've been manipulated by him. Anyway, When did this stream get songs? What's all this production value? That is courtesy of Creamage. Woohoo! Wait, hold up. Yeah, I'll show you. This is Creamage. He even has an emoji. Because he created all these beautiful AI songs for us. And yeah, good times. Right, so anyway, finally, let's get to the point. This chick said that she was really, really upset because there were only 5 Caucasians, I think it was, that said no to this Memorial Day. So because Charlie Kirk is such a horrible, horrible racist, it really hurt her that these allies, these white allies, more Caucasians weren't voting for this, against this memorializing day, because he's such a horrible, horrible racist. Right. That kitties, darn kitties. Yes, they are darn kitties right now. That might be the name of the cats only TikTok I do. Darn kitties, darn kitties. It's a bit long. Anyway, yeah. So that's why I was wondering, how did it maybe get to a unanimous vote? When he read unanimous, I was like, I know that there was some votes where it wasn't. There wasn't enough white people, I remember. So maybe he goes into that. Anyway, let's go.
This does not look like unanimous to me. Now, am I misunderstanding something? Am I getting wrong sources on this number of Democrats who voted against it? And we're told that several Democrats who opposed the measure said they were uncomfortable with its praise of Kirk. And here is the resolution in the House of Representatives, if you want to check it out, with some of the Democrats doubling down, saying, open quotes, political violence should never be tolerated. However, empathy is not celebration, and I do not have to call Charlie Kirk a hero. He was no such thing. He repeatedly disparaged minorities, especially Black Americans, close quote.
He repeatedly disparaged Black Americans. Cool. Show me where he did. Where he said, Black people. Oh, no. And, oh, yes, there's that quote right there. That quote where he's giving shit to a specific group of, it's like 3 Black women or something. He's criticizing them. He is giving them shit. That is, you called these 3 Black women lazy. So it's like, if you called me a shit face because I'm a shit face, apparently that makes you racist because I'm white. So if you insult anyone, you're insulting their entire race, just so you know. Keep it in mind.
Well, first and foremost, this first line you should go tell the tens of thousands of your followers who are clearly celebrating violence and not just
Who is this? This is Representative Sri Tandia, Michigan.
Tolerating it, endorsing it. And this thing.
No, that's not what he wanted to do. Okay, that's just wrong, Hydra. It's just wrong. He's not out there going, let's take away Black people's rights. Is that seriously what you think of him? That's what he would do in the year 2025, that he would be out there and he would be mainstream as fuck with that idea on his list. One of the things that he was criticizing is that, it's one of the things that even Jesse Lee Peterson would talk about, okay, is that why were Black people more family oriented, more better off then than they are now, in terms of the family unit, in terms of getting jobs, all of that. That's not to say we must undo the civil rights. And yes, that's what Jesus would have wanted. Yes, Jesus definitely wants to take the rights of Black people away. That's the highly Christian thing to do. But then again, Christians have not always had the greatest ideas. Let's be real. Okay, they haven't used their Christianity in the best way possible. But yeah, let's let Metatron do the talking here. Sorry, this is a React. Let me get my my mind map out, because we need to at least keep track of of the topics he's gone over. Okay, Metatron. on Charlie Kirk. Discourse. Okay, so the first thing we're talking about is the not Memorial Day, Day of Remembrance. Okay, the unanimous vote. And then Democrats representatives are uncomfortable with calling him a hero. You could say that having it like the Senate, or I don't know, the official government celebrating a non-government person, but a partisan person, could be a political move. I don't know, but if we're really talking about just appreciating somebody that was helping youth to actually start caring about politics, I think that's a good thing. But obviously it's not enjoyed. That's not something that's praised when it's not the right side. He said it created a beast. Yes. Does that mean now, Hydra, that he wants to take away Black people's rights? Are you not removing all sense of nuance? I know that you're way more intelligent than that you are going to take that word and take it completely, that sentence, take it completely out of context. I know you're smarter than that, Hydra. Go and do that. Go and watch the entire thing.
About repeatedly disparaging minorities is false. I'll cover that on a separate video. Am I misunderstanding something? Well, you let me know in the comments. Just a few days ago, they were trying to have a minute of silence for Charlie Kirk. There were like a bunch of Democrats that just wouldn't shut up. And talking about the minute...
Yeah. Come on, a moment of silence for somebody that's just out in the trenches, essentially, politically. It could have a moment of silence because it could be you. This whole situation is really shit. Okay, it's ramped up. We've got all people increasing temperature and everything. Have a bit of respect, even if it's just about you. Funeral was used for political pushing. Absolutely, it was a rally. Okay, it was like a rallying cry. Charlie is kind of packaged with his politics, and the murder was a massive red wave. He called the Civil Rights Act a huge mistake. He said it created a beast. Okay. It created a beast. I don't know if you have used worse words to describe it. Yeah, that's true. I'm sure. But does that mean that he's here going, let's now take away the civil rights? Let's take that away. Is that what he was saying? His friends are all in politics, so politicians are there. If this was Michael Jordan and Turning Point showed up, then you have something. Yeah, this is true. That it's so the thing about him not being removed from his politics and his movement, that's the thing. I actually want to look into, like, if there was memorial services for Steve Jobs, what that looks like. Also, what this looked like was it looked like a state funeral, because that's what happens at a state funeral. You get performances, you get politicians speaking about it. But that's not an excuse. That's not to say that it wasn't a political push. I'm not going to deny that. But yeah, it's not the solemn, normal memorial that you would have, that you and I would want to have for ourselves. Right. So where are we at? He did that. The represents. So I'm just putting this. Then it's the defending article mentions Kirk disparaging Black people. Okay.
Of silence. I
suppose all the Black people that Charlie Kirk met and helped, including Amir Odom, all of those people that he was talking to and enjoyed. All of those people, I suppose, are just self-hating people. They just that they believed that Charlie Kirk, that they falsely believed that Charlie Kirk was going to help them, and meantime he was going to stab them in the back and take away their rights.
Actually did one on my live stream for when we hit 1 million subscribers, and I will share it on this video. So as you keep watching, at one point I will just show you that little section. I was there with 1,500 people watching, and we shared a beautiful moment of silence. So we did what Congress couldn't. But
Okay, so moment of silence. Okay. Okay.
they do this. So that's the first thing that I want to point out, because you got to be fair. Second thing, however, is the date. Now, I had no idea, of course,
birthday.
when Charlie's birthday was prior to this whole debacle. But I have to say, October 14th, now that I know that, I literally feel like I live in a simulation. Why? You got to be joking.
Are you for real? Nah. Come on. Wow. Yeah. That's it. That wow. Okay. Yeah, you would expect him to have he should know that he will be clipped out of context in that way, but when you are talking a lot always, and you're always being recorded, you're going to land up saying things the wrong way. See all of the clipped things. Here's something. I'll show you an example. Okay, how you can be clipped. These black people are horrible and genetically predisposed to being evil, and I was busy talking about what stupid people think of black people, what stupid racists do. Okay, I was talking about them in this t-shirt. I've noticed. Okay, cancel this woman. Exactly, we got her. Yeah, kids are racist. Exactly. It. You know what? And it was clipped. It was shipped. Cancelled. Gone. Yeah. So that's what I mean by you can talk about everything. She's also from South Africa. She clearly hates the black people. Yes, exactly. I left to get away from black people. Anyway, cancelled, offended, #trauma. Birthing person. I'm not a birthing person. My poor birthing person. It made it look worse. Okay, so we've got George Floyd. It's George Floyd's birthday. So the simulation. No, please tell me somebody just changed his birth date. I also loved what Ben Carson did. He chose a Bible verse that matched the time that Charlie Kirk died, and it actually really worked. It was about the death of, say, corn, literal corn, not the way we use it on the internet. That actually bears fruit later on, that sort of thing. So it was kind of like, okay, this death can lead to good things, or we can recover from it and gain new life. So that's what he did with it. I enjoyed Ben Carson's speech, actually. There were a few that were like, okay, are you done, boy? Like, shut up. Like, there were a few. Anyway.
Seriously. Charlie Kirk had the exact same birthday as George Floyd. Now, given, not that the two things are even remotely comparable, at a human level, of course, I wish they would both be alive, because I don't revel in anyone's death. Different level. But isn't it crazy that they are both turning points, in a way? I'm glad we're not seeing cities being burnt. I tell you how it is. While on the Senate floor, Senator Rick Scott, the Florida Republican leading the passage of the resolution, said he is, open quotes, proud to have the support of more than 20 of my colleagues to honor Charlie by dedicating his birthday, close quotes, as this day of remembrance. Absolutely. Open quotes, Charlie.
So is this supposed to be Matthew, you're such a shit stirrer. Is this supposed to be every year as well? Is it like the remembrance this day? Like every year it's going to be a remembrance day?
Was a good man, a devout husband, father, and a friend. His life was shaped by his faith and the idea that in America, debate and discussion are crucial to the betterment of our society, close quotes, Scott said on Thursday. Based Scott. In the approved resolution, the Senate, open quotes, recognizes Charlie Kirk for his contributions to civic education and public service, close quotes. You don't have to ask me twice. I'll make it into a family. It's not just, I'll make it into a family event. We'll go, have lunch, and celebrate in his honor. So
they're going to have toasts and everything. He's going to make a family event. I think his name's Raffaele. He's going to be doing that with his family. I'm not. I have moments of silence and things like that, and thoughts about the Christianity of Kirk. But I don't know about going out and doing something about it. Like, in remembrance, I suppose, yeah, having a toast to him is not going to be, wouldn't be the end of me. But yeah, I suppose him saying this is more of a message. This dude has great hair. It's incredible. It's beautiful. And also it's starting to go, he's got this silverness, the silvery, this gray that's in there. Very, very fabulous hair.
Two things I want to add to this. One, I do believe it's classy.
I do believe it's classy.
That they chose his birthday rather than the day of his death.
Yeah. People do that though. They do take a moment to pause on the day of the death, the anniversary of the death. That's a thing. We actually, it's cool. We got married on my husband's father's birthday. Like that was the day we wanted as the date. We actually even had internal family drama because it was like too close to my cousin's wedding, but it was like, we want that date. Culturally, that's just what we do. We think about dates and things as significant. We're sentimental that way. We can be. Yeah.
Well, on one hand, no one is going to forget that one anyways, because literally 10/11.
So it's going to be 10/11 as well. It's the day before 9/11. Okay. The day after 9/11. The day before, sorry. The day before, yes. What's the name? That's what's quite a thing about it. But then also on this Remembrance Day, it's going to be a George Floyd posts versus Charlie Kirk posts. This is your martyr. This is our martyr. It's going to be oof. That's a great way to never forget your dad's birthday. No, I think he always remembered his dad's birthday. So he's like, hey, let's just consolidate the what's the name? The dates. But he does have a tattoo of his dad's death date, which is quite painful. But yeah, he wanted to do that.
No one is going to forget that one anyways. However, it is nice that we remember the day he was born rather than the day that he was unjustly and brutally killed, as a way to remember him alive in Christ. So I appreciate that. But there is one more thing I want to address, because I know that there will be people saying this, so I have to address it.
Yeah, okay, this Day of Remembrance, cool. You've spent a lot of time on this Day of Remembrance, and I'm cool with that. It was his old cell number. That was just the last few, the last numbers of his cell phone number. So if you take the zeros out and the full thing, anyway. No, don't DM me the worst thing ever. I think we're good. It's what? It's kind of like how Hitler's B says it's 420 or is 420, or how Men's Mental Health Month is Trans Awareness Month. Woof. Right. So, hey Theo. Okay, so I'm hoping we get onto the whole martyr thing. We've only got 10 minutes left, so let's see what he does with this. We must remember. Okay. Let's see.
And in fact, it's the flesh and bone, the nutshell of this video. Apart from all the raging lunatics that are going to say, he was a bigot, he was a fascist, how dare you do this? Apart from those, we don't care about those, we don't talk to those, I want to have anything to do with those. You, after the one that wanted to speak to your ilk, I am not like him. I will speak to people, regardless of their political position, as long as they are decent. Once they do that, and celebrate and laugh at his death, no discussion with me. It's just me.
Yeah, I suppose this is the call of like wanting decency. So be decent, and you can have a conversation. It's kind of, it's not fruitful to always like he's saying there's a limit to who he'll talk to. You have to be less than demonic, I suppose, is what he's saying. Right, so okay, that continues. So he's dismissed the celebratory urchins, dusty old demons that are doing that.
You want to continue? Fantastic. I will respect you for it, not me. And I'd like to underline this only applies to those who are celebrating, laughing, and endorsing for more violence, not those who disagree with me. Massive difference. Now, apart from those, there will be people, however, that may bring up a potentially legitimate counter-argument when they say, okay, he didn't deserve to die. It's horrible that this happened. I feel for his family. However, he was no saint. It was just a regular man. I didn't like his views. So why are you turning him into a saint? Why are you making him into a martyr? Now, this may appear to be a good counter-argument, but it is not. And here's how we counter it. You see.
Okay, so the counter-arguments... not celebrating his death, but that doesn't mean he should be a saint. Okay. Yeah, that's also another thing of like, oh, we can't speak ill of the dead, we can't do any of this. Yeah. I shall counter his counter.
We are not making him into a saint, nor a martyr. You did.
Okay, so his counter to the counter, or to the argument. So the possible, sorry, he called it potential. We didn't make him a saint, you did. We are not making him a martyr, you did. You made him a martyr. That's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah, of course. I mean, that makes sense. You killed him, therefore you create a martyr. The only time a martyr is created is when there is persecution of somebody for his beliefs, right? Have a nice day. I have to do some chore choirs. Go in and go do some choirs, atheist. Enjoy. Right. So you made him a martyr. Okay, it's you. The person who made him a martyr was one human being. Okay. But then again, okay, so one human being is in the person who killed him. But then again, the celebration, the reaction, I come back to that point of it actually no longer matters which side of the aisle this guy was on, because the reaction has caused so much division anyway. It doesn't even, like, cool, there will be fights about who it is, and there's now already conspiracy theories that explain that it's actually not a leftist that did this, blah, 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 blah. Everyone's trying to play hot potato with this shooter. But the reaction itself does land up making him a martyr. I can see this. Because it's saying, oh, okay, persecuted for his faith, persecuted for his beliefs equals martyr. But the thing is, you made him a martyr is, yes, you caused us to need to defend him. Let's let the man speak. Maybe then I'll understand it. And always trying to finish a person's sentences.
You turned Charlie Kirk into a martyr first with the bullet, with the inscription "Catch Fascist."
Okay. You, but again, in this Metatron, you are you are conflating that individual with an entire group. But then again, when a big portion, or at least a loud portion of that group, then celebrates the death, I suppose it's like they cheered that bullet on. They're happy about that bullet. So the conflation makes sense emotionally. Yeah, the celebrate again with the reaction becoming basically like just making it okay that this person shot him is big enough to you're in agreement. If you're celebrating, you're in agreement. You're happy it happened. Ugh. Okay, so look, you made him a martyr. I'm going to say conflation. It's as a commentary. Conflation of shooter with entire group. However, celebration and lack of condemnation, widespread condemnation, implies agreement with shooter. Okay, we're not the same on, as Shu said, we are not aligned on murder. We're not aligned on the idea that we shouldn't kill people. Yeah.
Clearly defined it as a politically driven assassination, no matter how you try to twist it. Second, you made him into a martyr because of all of the celebration and laughing and giggling.
Okay, he did it. He referenced it himself. So the bullet, the shooting itself, and then the celebration. Okay, and the focus on his vitriol.
And supporting and excusing and justification layers that you have presented to us.
Justification, yeah. Celebration, justification. Okay.
Charlie Kirk was a man. He was a man, like you and me. And normally would have sainthood appear, right? Problem is that the tens of thousands of people that gained hundreds of thousands of likes with all the laughing and giggling, they went from human to this, which elevated him into sainthood.
Oh, that's an interesting way. He diagrammed it with his hands, boys. Woo! Visual representation. Okay, so he's got, yeah, he was just a guy, but you brought yourself all the way down, which made him look even more incredible. It tracks. It's a good theory. It's a good model of the behavior. This is what people do: is they make models that make sense of things that happened. Models of behavior. This is his model there. He's like, you brought yourself all the way down here, which made him look amazing. Interesting. Does this always apply? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So celebration, justification. I'm going to put here. Charlie is elevated by the decline. Hey, Naysayer, what's up? I'm saying your name. What's up, Tobes? Okay, the Charlie is elevated by the decline. The thing is, Hydra, the actual people that posted their faces celebrating, the people that were just teachers and nurses and all of those people, they celebrated. And yeah, okay, you can say this is why Shu in her video said, oh, and we must remember that all the likes on those videos were absolutely real people. Like she said that as like a little joke. Yeah, the likes, interesting. But when it comes to the actual faces, like the woman in the front, in the beginning of this, those people in that environment that think that this is a good thing to do, this is the thing that I put my face on. I will say this with my chest. That is freaking insane. And I'm not going to pretend that is not also fostered by bots. Okay, that environment was also created by it, but the thing is, people play into it, and it's ugh. I agree, there are real people celebrating, but it got mass boosted by people wanting to tear us apart. I mean, like, botting on Twitter is like the norm. Yes, this is true. I got a like today from a bot when I posted. I'm like, wow, and then I'm like, oh, you go, yay, I got a like. No, I didn't get a like. It's just from a titty girl. I don't feel bad for people who got fired for their celebrations. Yeah, it's kind of like this weird apathy. Like, it's hypocritical for me to be happy for them, because I should be against, and I am against cancel culture. But at the same time, it's like, okay, these people would be examples, and then I don't know. Yeah, it's just hypocritical to celebrate cancel culture when it works for you. But at the same time, I'm like, oof, I found it very difficult to feel sorry for that person. I guess we should feel sorry for that person that they thought that they could go so far as to say that with their chest. What chest, kitty? Creamage, shush. Okay, I'm not talking about my chest. I'm talking about their chests. Okay, and they've got. I mean, everybody's got bigger chests than me, so there. Okay. But also that was a great entrance. Creamage comes in here. What chest, kitty? Right. So, oh yes. Oh yeah. If you're asking for more people to die, like his kids and family, I don't know, bro. Well, the thing is, you're supposed to, as a Christian, reach out to that person. It's very difficult. Anyway, Charlie is elevated by the decline, or by the moral immorality of his opposition. Okay.
Comparison. Literally. You don't believe me? Oh, look.
That Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck.
Like, what happens to a person that thinks that makes them think this is okay, and here's my face, I'm saying this with my chest. I'm not even just anonymously going online, whatever. It's like, no, I'm putting I'm gonna get great views for this, guys. What the fuck is wrong with people? Exactly. I think even this is what I've said before, is that even if they don't believe, or if they're just okay, because they know it's a popular topic and doing this will get them views, that is still selling your soul. That is still demonic behavior. Okay. Oh no, it's dehumanizing. You have dehumanized yourself by doing this, by not understanding the sanctity of life when you're celebrating that kind of person dying. Come on now. But yeah, this is somebody that thinks this is a good thing. What I'm doing here is a good thing. It will benefit me, and it is not immoral, which is just blows my mind.
Hey, ooh, ah.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying
These are the ones that that Shu put in her video. You can actually see his it's their Shu's video. It's Shu's video. He's taking it from.
God's timing is always right.
Don't try, and also just saying God's timing is always right. Ugh! Don't, like, you're saying, oh yeah, God took him out because God knows he's a baddie.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro.
All these smiles, it just hurts, man.
I've never been happier.
Yeah, if I had a business, if I saw that, I would be like, geez, okay. This is what you think, huh? Sweet. And there's a lot of people that are saying that are in healthcare, and they've come out and they've gone, we're in healthcare, watch yourself. Which is like, oh really? Okay, so you care about the political leanings of people that come into your triage and your all of that. That's interesting. That is dangerous. So people are like, no, don't share any political opinions, but you could be wearing something and you get hurt, And then it's like, no, people are going to be malicious to you because of your political leanings. Interesting.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling.
You absolute monsters. This is scum.
And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with.
I would say pour one out for Kirky Boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
Rest in peace, bozo!
So
Charlie
tolerant.
Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog.
Yes, I repeat, compared to what we just saw, he was absolutely a saint. And it's because of people like this that we need to make a stance, which is why here's my suggestion to the Senate. Name a street after him in every major city.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness, Metatron. We need a street. We need a street after him in every major city. I don't know, man. I guess he's trying negotiation tactics by asking for the top thing, and then you'll get maybe like a statue or something. Wow. Okay. Hey there, cats and kittens. Cling to your humanity for dear life. Never sent to know from whom the bells tolls. It's tolls for thee. This is true. Hey, Josh, thank you for the awesome messages whenever you join TikTok and its consequences. Of course, it's people with colored hair saying that stuff. There's it's a lot of. There's also normal people. There's nose rings, and then there's normal people. It will be a target for vandalism you just provided. Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of people made George Floyd memorials, and yeah, that also it becomes a target as well for. If a fat black woman can get a statue in New York, Charlie can get a little something carved up for sure. Yeah, I'm sure there will be statues. Maybe even at the University of Utah, I would do that. They've already vandalized his memorials just like people did to George or those Pride Streets. Yeah, they vandalize. Any point that will be a symbol for the person will get attacked. Yeah, like you can disagree with memorializing him or whatever, but don't. What is right? Sanctity of life. Okay. Even it would. I don't agree with people vandalizing a George Floyd memorial. What the hell is that? Demon. You yourself are bringing yourself lower than this opponent of yours. This is the mechanism I understood. I wish that he went into the history of it. I hope that he does. It's my hope that he's saying he'll go through things in another video. I would like him to talk about, this is my request, Metatron, for him to go into the historical idea of naming saints, naming martyrs, whatever. I'm sure maybe he's got videos like about this, but with this in context, how that happens, what political things influenced as well later naming of martyrs and things like that. So I don't know. Just give us the knowledge. Do it. He's got a team of researchers he can also call upon. One of them got struck by lightning. What? A George Floyd thing got struck by lightning? Maybe they shouldn't. All the lefties who feel unsafe might move to RSA. You know what? That would be really great. Hey, Batasai, how you doing? I sent you that AI statue of Charlie made the After Kitty. It would be nice to have it IRL somewhere. Yes, guys. Let's look at this. I don't know about naming a street, boys. I really don't. But maybe it's him. You know, it's him just asking for more. This is the statue. Let's blow it up. I think that would work. Wait, what does it say in the beloved husband and father, October 14th, 1993, September 10th, 2025. When people stop talking, that's when you get violence because you start to think the other side is so evil and they lose their humanity. There you go. That would be it. And that's that picture. I was actually going to use that in the thumbnail, him sitting on the bench. I think that would be nice. I think that should happen. And yeah, anyone who vandalizes is a vandal, and vandalism is illegal. So don't do that. All right. Have we gotten into the etymology of the word martyr? No, Josh, do you have something for us on that? I mean, I just have the biblical sense and the mention of the first martyr, not by Metatron, but hey, we have a few minutes left of the video. Let's see. So what it means witness. So you witness. I remember hearing that. Listen, guys, I did have a religious education. Yeah, it's I suppose that makes sense. You're witnessing. You are you're in the context of Christ. You are a witness of Christ, and you are not denying him. You're saying that he is real, and then you are persecuted for it. That's the operative thing, is that you're killed for it. Right, so gosh, can't wait to get to the New Testament, but you gotta go on the Old Testament journey first. I'm in Proverbs now. There's a lot of stuff about avoiding the adulterous woman in Proverbs. So listen, boys, avoid adulterous women, okay? They're sly and smooth talking. Anyway, cool. So I don't know about this, okay? About this memorial. Okay, so you did the counter arguments and then memorial. Charlie, he wants a street in every major city named after Charlie Kirk. It's Greek. Also, just because I've been teaching these, there was a genre of medieval drama about the martyrdom of saints, super interesting. So a whole genre about that. So like it tells the story of the martyrdom of saints. Stay away from strip clubs. Yes. Stay away from OnlyFans, because there's married women on there as well. Yeah, super interesting. Adulterous Gordons with creamage is fine, to be honest. Listen, they don't talk about adulterous men. It doesn't say there's smooth talking men. So creamage, I think you're fine. You're good. But yeah, it's interesting poetry, to say the least. Because yeah, teaching, there was a genre of medieval drama about the martyrdom of saints. Yeah, so I heard those would be quite interesting stories. You at least got to have an interesting story to be a saint, but then a martyr, it's like how they died. Anyway. He's going hard. He's like, let's use this symbol. Why can't we have Freedom Street? You can't hear? Oh, sorry, guys. I haven't changed it back. Let's go back.
Houston, Texas, one in Nashville. They are naming streets after Arab heroes in New York, aren't they? But
so he's saying they need the streets in every major city and whatever. I don't know. I'm not in agreement with this. I think that's going too hard. But I understand the sentiment. Make him a symbol of freedom. I'm like, just have freedom of speech street. Or Speech Boulevard or something. But
you should have a Charlie Kirk Street. I want one in Texas, Houston, Texas, one in Nashville, Tennessee, one in Los Angeles, one in New York, and keep going that way. After you're done with that, we should propose that for the European Union, and they should have a Charlie.
The European Union. He's going hard. He wants to go all the way to the European Union in USA, and he wants a street in every the EU. So it's like drawing lines. Hi, Zaxi. I understand why Metatron wants it, but I would be willing to bet it will be vandalized and targeted almost instantly. If it happened, it would be a rallying point for disagreement to even get it passed that they do that. So like, you know, that would turn up the temperature as well, more disagreement. And vandalized and just completely protested, and that would then make everybody even angrier at each other, and it would not be good. But I guess what he is saying is that we stand up for good, and the people that vandalize, it doesn't matter, we must stand, and we must stand tall, and we must not back down, which is also part of the messaging that was at Charlie Kirk's memorial, is about not standing down. So not backing away from making these moral arguments, not backing away from the opponents. Charlie Kirk Street next to Windsor Castle. Windsor, sorry. I really hope Meta is lampooning the memorials of George Floyd, because otherwise this is unhinged. Metatron? I wonder, I would hope he's not lampooning them. But then he would, then you would make the he says that the thing he did say, Josh, is that both people shouldn't be dead. So it's not like he's like, oh, we should ignore George Floyd. It's like, no, George Floyd should not have died. Okay.
Charlie Kirk Street in every single country in Europe, and boy, they need one. I say as a European, I would love to see a Charlie Kirk Street. It's going to be called Via Charlie Kirk in Sicily.
He wants it in Sicily. Via Charlie Kirk, Sicily, which is where he comes from.
Palermo, where I'm from. And I'm going to suggest, if you want to make it matter, we have a main street called Via Libertà, Liberty Street. It should be an intersection of that street.
Oh,
so from
yeah. Look, I would like the Libertà Street, because it's not about a human. It's about a concept. But the intersection, that's very beautiful. The intersection of Liberty and Charlie Kirk, and then you have a chapter of Turning Point Italia over there.
From Liberty Street, you go into Charlie Kirk Street in Palermo. You might think this is a bit much.
Yes.
Had you not seen the clips and videos that I've just shown you. But that's why we're doing this. That's why Charlie Kirk has to be a martyr. Not just a casualty, a martyr.
Ooh, that's a good line. Charlie Kirk has to be a martyr and not a casualty. Difference. A casualty is just, it's something that we mourn, it's bad, and we move on. A martyr is, we take them as a symbol, and we take the best parts of their lives and we try and act them out ourselves. You can always put a squad of the National Guard to protect it. Yeah, I suppose. The eternal National Guard, until people lose interest. What if they put Charlie Kirk memorials inside George Floyd memorials? Zax. I guess that would count as vandalism of the Charlie Kirk's memorial. I mean, of the George Floyd memorial. Italy doesn't need Turning Point. They have one of the most right-wing governments since second douche right now. Yes, there's now you will be deported if you go to Italy illegally, which is what a sovereign nation should do, is deport people that are there illegally. So yeah, there is that. But yeah, if you do have a conservative government, a place to gather that support does make sense. You don't have to always have chapter houses and things when it's the minority. So I wonder if you could have Turning Point Italia, Turning Point Palermo.
Yeah.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not
Oh, so it was in his video after all. Forful. Are you still here, Forful?
martyr material, so his death will mean nothing.
Watch us. That's
That he said that previously. He says, "Watch me, watch us." He's really, really upset.
why I've got this here. It's not because I'm trying to be theatrical. It's because we have to make a stance against these people that are
You're making you're being theatrical to take a stance. It's okay, Metatron. That's what people do. That's what theater's for.
just shown you, because they have no decency, no honor, no humanity, and we need to make a strong stance against them. They turned him into a saint and a martyr.
And I will
He's so angry. Eh? He is so angry.
not ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
I just heard that someone shot
Demons. So I'm gonna do 1 minute of silence.
Shall
Chat,
we? Let's do it with him. Okay, guys. I haven't done a formal rest in peace Charlie Kirk thing. Maybe I should do it in the memorial video. But let's do it now.
You could type if you want. It doesn't make a sound, so it doesn't matter. All right, guys. Let's make sure we have the timer. I want the phone with no sound.
Okay.
Here you go. Is your phone with no sound?
yeah.
Okay. All right, guys.
So he had 1,000 people in his chat, or 1,700 or something in his chat when they did this. Yeah, it's a moment of silence is, I think it's a powerful thing to do, is to memorialize people, because it's like, I am stopping what I've got to say so that we can just sit with the loss of this person.
I'm starting now. 1 minute of silence for Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, until we meet again.
Yep. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. That's powerful. I was looking at the messages. A lot of people were just putting prayer hands in the chat and some crosses. And there were some people that were saying, "We are Legion, we are Charlie." So you know that woman that says that that nobody was activated? I don't think so. So there's that. Right, let's continue.
Thank you, Noble Ones. I really appreciate that. We did it. They couldn't do it. We did it. Every major city, Charlie Kirk Street. And I've seen someone really getting mad at me because, of course, I posted this on X, where I am on fire, and you should follow me. Link in the description. Stop being lazy. Come on, it's just one click. And I'm gonna make.
Yes, I know. I must admit, I have not been. I've been following Metatron on YouTube for a long time, but not on X. But now I do have him there. So go and do that, even if so you can disagree with him.
Make it worth your while. You're gonna love it. Someone complained and is like, "What are you talking about? That's a horrible. He was a bigot, and you want to do this?" And yes, precisely because you still say that. You still call him a fascist, even though you.
Sorry. So we absolutely sure this isn't Leon cosplaying as an Italian. Yeah, because his hair is fabulous. Listen, I would say his hair is more fabulous than Leon. Okay, Leon's. So Leon wishes he was this fabulous.
You know that that's what got him killed. You have learned nothing. So what I told this person is, I'm going to suggest this. Not that I matter. I don't matter. I'm no one. I'm nothing. But I will suggest it. Because in the 0.1% chance that someone does watch this video and thinks, you know what, I like that, and they had the power to do it. You know what I told this imbecile before I blocked him? I told him, not only I hope that they do this in your city, but I hope that the one street they choose to name after Charlie Kirk is the one where you are living right now. And I hope that the street sign will be directly visible from your window, because that's what they...
Metatron is so petty. But, you know, he's like, let's go, boy. And then he blocks him. Oh, he's really been hurt by this. Gloves are off. This is him with gloves are off, I suppose. Yeah, that is also raising the temperature. I hope this, I hope that. Yeah, it's but it's the logical explanation they always give with this kind of combativeness is you started it, essentially. But yeah, it's creating another battlefield. But I guess that's what a lot of people want. They want to have this fight. They want to have this battle, this moral battle, because of how demonic those responses were. Yeah, raising the temperature to more than death is street science. Yeah, this is true. More than death. It's. But the thing is, Groovy, bringing that around, that does not change the environment to a less than death place either. It doesn't go, free speech is good or something like that. I'm thinking it's better to not attach it just to Charlie Kirk. I think it should be like Libertad. It should be Liberty Street. It should be Freedom of Speech Street or something like that. Did he turn down the temperature? Did he give his opinion on pineapple on pizza? I'm sure he does not agree with pineapple on pizza. Maybe that would make him want to assassinate me. He would see that I'm Italian, I have full Italian blood, and I enjoy pineapple on pizza, and then he'd be like, that's it, free speech is over. Putting a ladder on top of a skyscraper still makes it taller.
They need to see how many people are standing with Charlie. And maybe it won't make a difference for the majority of them, but perhaps some that have been brainwashed, perhaps they'll start to see. Maybe they'll start to question and ask themselves, but if he was such a bigot and a racist and intolerant, why are so many people doing this?
I think that's hopeful. That's hopeful. But people are already brainwashed into seeing that a figure can be extremely popular even if they espouse dangerous and immoral things. CC Hassan Piker, things like that. We already know that there are a lot of people that are behind those kind of, look, they're young people, they're misguided, whatever, but there are lots of followers, and nobody goes, like I don't go, why are so many people following Hassan? Maybe I should think about understanding him and taking up his ideas. I don't do that. I've already seen enough, and I'm like, that's it, I'm done. Okay. For them, they will do the same thing. They will see clips of Charlie, the worst ones, and they will go, he's not what these people say he is, and they will stick in their lane. So yeah, turning up the temperature just emboldens these lines between the two factions. But yeah, I don't know how you reach across the aisle when this is the main thing that I get stuck with, is how, when people are not reaching to you and you go halfway and they don't come to you. I can understand why people would be like, I'm done with you. When Trump got elected, people thought it would make the left introspect. Yes, they doubled down when he got elected the second time. The visual response I saw was, you would rather vote for a criminal than first black woman president. Yeah, exactly. That is what happened with Trump. That's not to say Trump is doing well, doing himself any favors lately, but yeah, that is true. There was no, people were like, oh, well, the wokeism is over and all of this. No, it's not. It's not over, and it's very deeply entrenched, and it's had years to build up, so it's not going to go away very quickly. No one wants to play this game the same way anymore. A new rule set. What would the new rule set be? Hi, Thought Patrol. The right just spent the last 10 years being cancelled for saying perfectly normal things. This is basically vengeance at this point. The left will really suffer in the next year. I think everyone's going to suffer in the next year. I think everyone suffers when there is division like this. Because everyone will still be viewing everything through the partisan lens and through the us versus them. Yeah, I think that it will get worse before it gets better. So at least I hope that it gets better. The one thing that I'm very happy about is there will be more Christians. It seems like there will be more Christians, but I do hope that the people that do turn to Christ do not get taken by people that are twisting Christianity to their own means. I saw a tweet today that was shared by Wick, and he's like, this is not Christianity. I think it was from a proper far right person, and he was saying, oh, forgiving someone who has not repented is a grave sin. And he was talking about Christianity, that he thought that that's in the Bible. And then you just go into the replies. Thank goodness. Okay, thank God. In the replies, people were like, bro, Jesus forgave the thief, because he brings up this idea that this thief was forgiven. No. Jesus forgave this thief before he was repentant. That's the whole point. You do have to come to Jesus, yes, for salvation, but yeah, the idea of you should not forgive people unless they are repentant. That's not Christianity. But people are using that. They're twisting that. That's what's scary. When things don't go people's way, they double down and find a way to explain it through their politics. Well, yes, that's what I'm thinking will just continue happening. Hello, Kitty. Hi, Davina. But it's very difficult as well. Sorry, with this fourfold. Okay, guys. Like, I know this. Okay, I know this is how it happens. That doesn't mean that I'm now immune to it. I still view the world. I can't get to this relativism position where I don't have a view myself and I don't explain through my politics. It's like, how do you just remove all of your own bias? You have to try and remove biases, but at the same time, you still have a moral worldview that you are going to interpret the world through. That's not going to go away. And I should hope that you have some moral compass. It's when you take that completely away and you just let it float around whatever you're looking at. It's I don't know. How do you remove this completely? That's the thing I'm struggling with. What do you do with that? The issue with online Christianity is that you will be pelted with leftists using your religion against you to shut you up. When in week, yes, exactly. All of the things that I'm going through in the Old Testament, I'm like, I can see how this will be used, how this is used, how this is misunderstood, and all of that. I can see that, and that's what shut a lot of Christians up. Like in the past few decades. It's like, okay, well, let's just not. People don't believe in it anyway. But believers talking to believers arguing with other believers, I think that's also worthy. That's a worthy thing to do. So yeah, just you literally have to see it from where they're coming from. They're leaning on their own understanding. They're lashing out at you for your belief, and you are supposed to stand strong against it. I don't know. The Christian perspective on forgiveness without repenting is complicated. There are definitely passages that suggest forgiveness is impossible without penitence. Okay, well, the words of Jesus are the ones that are often leaned on the most. There's lots of stuff in the Bible that you're like, wait a second. Like, actually, a lot of the Old Testament right now that I'm going through is very much about your enemy, your enemy, your enemy, because it's all about King David and King Solomon and all their enemies, and God must strike down my enemy and my enemy and my enemy. So you could go in there and you could take all of those passages and be like, look how righteous fury is allowed in the Bible and all of this stuff. But those are humans asking God to do something for them. Yeah, there's so many things that you can do and twist, but you have to take the whole Bible into consideration. But yeah, that's what a Christian would do. But there's only people that have half of the Bible. Forgiveness is about removing the sin from your own heart. Hey, Wadey, taking responsibility even if others aren't repentant. Yeah, your lack of forgiveness actually hurts you. It brings hate into your heart. I like it when people who hate me and my religion quote the Bible to shut me up, but this is mentality in some spaces has just evolved into hatred and rejection of outsiders. So yeah, there is the us versus them. Actually, that was today's Bible verse. What was it? It was for through him we both have access to the Father by one Spirit. That's Ephesians chapter 2, verse 18. And the whole lesson in the devotional this morning was about through Jesus, everybody is united. Everybody is allowed. Everybody is welcome. That whole idea, and it warns against the othering of people that aren't believers. Yeah, people take this as weakness. People really do. In that they think Christians are. People have done this with the message that we got yesterday, for the day before, forgiving people. They're like, no, that's weak, essentially. Which country reflects your own politics? If you could live anywhere, which would you live in and has its correct? Wherein, if it has reflected across the world, it would be a good thing. I'm thinking probably Poland. Just because, look, just of what I've noticed there, they have a look. Obviously, people will say it's bigoted and it is exclusionary and all of that, but it's very much focused on it appreciates its history. It is solid. It has nationalism. And pride for its people, because I think because of its traumatic past, it has this very defensive stance in the world. I understand that, but there's Christianity there. Yeah, it's got deep traditions. It's not that I share the traditions of Poland, but I'm saying just the way that it operates maybe is what I would want people to have. But yeah, the whole idea of just maintaining what your culture is, and still allowing people to visit. No abortion though, kitty, if that matters. That's a principled thing. If there's no birth control, then there's a problem. Like I don't want to get pregnant, so if I can take responsibility by not getting pregnant, then that's good. But if you remove that ability for me to do that, then it's like, but I suppose condoms are still a thing there. I think, yeah, it's still quite a a progressive place, considering the cities that I went to, the two cities I went to. There was an LGBTQ friendly cafe that I went to. So it's still got progressive bits, but it's the core of it is conservative. But yeah, that is interesting. There is no perfect country. But then again, the US is also ideally, considering the way the principles it espouses, the ideal US. If the US got its shit together instead of being so divided right now, yeah, I would also be interested in that. I think it's the most realistic because it's large. That's another thing. Poland is smaller, so it doesn't have as much what's it? It's got more hegemony. Yes, homogeny. Sorry, it's got more homogeny. So it's easier. It's got more collective agreement. Maybe smaller countries would be better. Anyway, let's go. That's a great question. Which country would be yours, Creamage? What is Dubai lacking? It's considering there are certain things that you just don't want to talk about, that are worrying to talk about. That's the thing in terms of free speech. There are a lot of toes that you can step on here, and that's just the law. That's just the way it is. But there is way more freedom here than anywhere else, I would say, in the Middle East. It's one of the most progressive nations in the Middle East. But I'd probably have to look into other countries. Also Poland, yeah. The way Italy wants to be, maybe, but Italy is far from it right now. It's got a lot to deal with. Anyway. But yeah, in terms of actually one of the things with the principles of UAE, okay, it actually has religion in its center. It is part of everyday life in Dubai, in United Arab Emirates, and that's normal. It's normal to have religion as part of your everyday life, and that's quite a good thing. Obviously, it's Islam, but I think other nations can take a page out of that book, their own books, I suppose. But I'm saying religion being normal is a belief in God, in a God being normal, and that being part of everyday life is quite a cool thing. The fact that there are speakers that have called to prayer here. And that's good. That's their nation. That's what they want. And you need to tolerate it because it's their nation and it's their religion. So it's kept, as much as it's got so much diversity here, like really a lot. There's so many expats. It still strives to keep the core of its values. So. Anyway, sorry, let's get back to Metatron. This is not the video I thought it was.
And maybe they'll look into it, and then they will see that, oh, I was told that he wanted gays to be stoned, but that was false. It was a lie. He never said that.
There were some people that did talk about having their minds changed about Charlie Kirk. I don't know if they were real or if they were just trying to, or if they were debunked, but there were people that were posting, I was lied to and whatever. That's basically it's their moment of going, oh, I am in an echo chamber. When they go and they went and watched Charlie Kirk extensively, and they were like, this is not what he was saying. And that made them feel betrayed by their own side. They kind of went through this bubble themselves.
And then they'll see they told me he was a racist, but then they'll actually see the quotes in context. But I was told that he was hateful. But then they'll watch the clips I just showed you. And they'll think, but hold on a minute. How can these people who are clearly showing the most disgusting form of hatred, while his little girl cannot hug her dad anymore, and his wife is grieving him after having chosen to spend their entire life with him? And they are being like this? And he was the hateful one?
Oh, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how
Stop sharing this. I don't want to see this.
you pick up a woman.
Apparently that woman got expelled. And then there's people that are doing GoFundMes, and they've gotten thousands of dollars. So they've gotten thousands of dollars. They've been expelled, but then they're getting thousands of dollars from GoFundMes. This for me, this, you know what, guys? Yesterday, this freaking song was in my head. So I'm annoyed that he's reshared this. But also the pertinent point here is that he said we. So these are people that are actually taking they're taking this shooting and claiming it themselves anyway. This is somebody that's going we. But yeah, of course, this is not everybody on the left, right? It's just people that are extremists. Hey, Mr. Onion Boy.
We.
Yeah, you said the we. Yeah, that we.
As I said on my response video to Destiny, the moment you lose the moral ground and you act in a despicable...
Groovy, Warren Smith, he did a video on these, an investigative journalist who went and said they're having secret parties. That's so... Ugh. I love we. I only played we like once when We Fit came up.
manner, you lose the ability to call your opponents out.
Sorry, what?
And you act in a despicable manner, you lose the ability to call your opponents out. So if no one laughed at this, apart from maybe a couple of idiots, but the entirety of the left wing, and obviously the right wing, and centrists, condemned this, then you could have the moral ground. Then you would.
Yeah. You should reach out to Warren and get him. He seems like a nice dude. I've already had him on the show. We already had a think with him before he blew up. Did this start with giving all kids trophies? It might be a symptom, Groovy. I think giving all kids trophies was part of the whole ideology already. Giving everybody participation trophies, it was trying to remove hierarchy already. So that was part of it already. I don't think it's started when we stopped playing dodgeball in school. Did they stop doing that? What did we call? We had stingers. Okay, you use a tennis ball to throw at people instead of dodgeball. It was stingers. How long ago? Get him back on. That was. I can go and look. Let me check. Let me find the link. We spoke about film, and I was just fangirling quite hard. How do I search my channel? Let me go to my channel. There we go. View your channel. No, I got to go to my studio. Hold up. I'm getting it. Oh, that stupid song is in my head again. Fuck this. Doing a think on film with guest Warren Smith. When was that? That was 1 year ago. It was a year ago. There we go. There's the video, guys. Hey, AJ. What's up? AJ, would you like to come on a think this week? I don't know if the time zone would work though. I'll hit you up on Twitter or no, I've got you on Discord as well. So yeah. Open the Gates was fun as kids basically tackling the shit out of each other for the whole recess. We didn't have Open the Gates, we had Red Rover. Red Rover, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm sure he's the guy. Warren Smith is the guy that went viral when he did this conversation with a high school kid about. He just asked questions about J.K. Rowling. So that was the whole thing. We called it British Bulldog. No, Red Rover. It was and you hold hands and then you basically clothesline people. Man, physical games. I could at least play that, but yeah, anything else that required hand-eye coordination, just not gonna work out for me.
Wouldn't have made him into a saint. But you did. We all saw it. And you tried to twist it. So we stand. On that day, someone will maybe remember among these hateful...
I linked this stream. Oh, that's my stupid that's what it was. Sorry. Yeah, share. Sorry. Copy. I guess it was still on the clipboard. There you go. That's the one. We stand. No, I really only played. I never had a Wii, so I played it at a friend's house.
Spiteful monsters that, regardless of what everybody called him, fascist, Nazi, white supremacist, to his little girl, he was just dad.
That is the best.
Nah. No. That's so. Oh, that's so. Like, I've seen it. I've seen that video, but every time, nope. Yeah. Anyone else play 9 Lives, aka Wall Ball? Yeah, well, no, I'm not gonna cry. That's yeah. Oh, guys, Ricky Gervais followed me. Ricky's backup. Yeah. Sorry, I just saw my Twitter. That's a good way to make yourself stop crying. Foursquare was great. Oh. What is Foursquare? I'd love to join y'all, but I prefer more light topics. So bring me on when the political temperature cools down. Oh, AJ, that's exactly what we're doing this week. We're not doing politics. We want to just have a goof. Okay, this week we just want to chill. We could talk about Lion King. Come on. But you know what? A great clip from Lion King is from Lion King 2. Look at them. They are us. You know that line. Very good. Yeah. So remember that. I think I actually need to show that. I need to clip that and make a little short about it. Lion King is very political. Yeah, I mean, it's got kings and everything, but also I want to be the main event. We can actually just sing. We can do karaoke. Lion King karaoke, just me and AJ. Fuck all the rest of the thinkers. Let's watch the saddest animation scenes of all time. Yeah. And Lion King has an elephant holocaust? No, it doesn't. It has an elephant graveyard, Matt. But nice try. One of my favorite as a kid was Lion King. Why? My husband summons me. Hold up. All right, we're finishing up. Timon and Pumbaa was awesome. Land Before Time, groovy. Oh, beautiful. AJ, did you watch Land Before Time? Black man joins cat. Let's talk about African animals. Weird. Oh, shut up, Creamage. Okay, guys, we are done with reaction. Let's summarize. Okay. I diagrammed it, but it's basically he spoke about Day of Remembrance and the unanimous votes and memorializing Charlie through things like Remembrance Day and obviously a street in every major city, the big ask, okay, that he asked for, and the counter arguments of, okay, Charlie Kirk's death was not right, but that doesn't mean he needs to be a martyr. But the argument that was brought forth by him is that the bad behavior of some people on the radical left, those people brought themselves so far down that they actually made Charlie into a saint by bringing themselves all the way down there. I think it would be interesting what I thought the video would be like, considering it's a Metatron video. I thought he would go into something like the history of declaring martyrs and what is an actual martyr. I thought that was going to be discussed, but I think this is just a quick video that he made. It's a quick, just a quick commentary. And also to show we had the minute of silence. He put that in his shorter video because not everybody saw his stream. So I think that was also another reason to have this video. But he says he's going to be doing later videos, so we'll react to those. I think, look out, guys, look out for my Substack. I'm trying to get into the habit of writing. I actually write a little bit, at least I write better than I speak. Okay, I have a lot more time to change my sentences. When I'm speaking to the camera, there is a lot of thinking going on in real time, and I start sentences and then I leave them. But when I write, that's not what happens. So look out for that. I'll be sharing that on that Discord if/when it's done. Was Charlie Kirk a Catholic? I think he was. I'm not too sure, actually. But either way, yeah, I'm going to also be doing a separate shorter video on the Charlie Kirk memorial and my thoughts on that. So that's what's going to happen. I'm not sure about calling him a martyr, like a serious Catholic martyr, that kind of thing. But part of the reason he was so hated was because he's Christian. He was a Protestant. Okay. Yeah, but either way, part of why he was considered far right wing is because he believed in Christianity and because he unapologetically spoke about his faith. Anyway, he was Judeo-Christian. Apologies if spelling is wrong. Could there be a Saint Charlie? I think no. Also, the way that people, just in my opinion, just Catholicism, the way it does it with its work with saints, I'm not convinced on the utility of that. And that's why I actually wanted a historical point of view about sainthood and naming saints for political reasons, because there is no doubt in my mind that that's part of the church trying to build itself up, having representatives, all of that. I mean, there's saints for every day of the year. Anyway, you're invited to Tighten Up Tuesday tonight if you can make it. Let's see the time zone. I would love that. Oh, I've got another stream. No, that's on Thursday for me. But yeah, we'll talk about it. This is scratching at something like a civil religious canonization. Yeah, I suppose something like that. Basically, you have these figures, whether in religion or not. Anyway, so what is sainthood now? a saint for free speech is such a saintly thing. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning up. I'm hoping that we get awakening. Sorry, Groovy, one of the main themes of the memorial was revival, a Christian revival. So that's the whole idea that we'll be talking about in that video. Thanks, guys. I hope that Metatron gives us a more in-depth video. I really do. But he's angry and he wants to stand on business. So support him. Go and congratulate him on 1 million subscribers. And have a nice life. Oh, hug your loved ones. Absolutely. Oh, that's a better word, yes. All right. Have a nice life. Okay, thanks. Bye.
I'll see you next time, bro. Okay, thanks. Bye. We're squirky as fuck. Daisy's a mess, but we were having fun the whole time. I'll see you next time, bro. Okay, thanks. Bye. We're squirky as fuck. We're squirky as fuck. Daisy's a mess, but we were having fun the whole time. I'll see you next time, bro. Okay, thanks. Bye. We're squirky as fuck. We're squirky as fuck. We're squirky as fuck. Okay, thanks. Bye.